Samsung Electronics just got one step closer to delivering an AI-based ecosystem across all of its devices and services. The company agreed to buy Viv Labs, a startup that was formed by the creators of Apple Siri. Joining us to break it down, Jeffrey Van Kump, deputy editor at digitaltrends.com. Jeff, it's great to have you on. What is Viv and who's behind it, and will it actually move the needle for Samsung?
Viv is actually from the creators of Siri, so everybody's kind of heard of Apple kind of launched this whole AI voice assistant on the iPhone with Siri, and Viv is from the three creators of that. So they kind of left, Apple launched Siri in 2011, they left the company, around 2012, and they've been working to kind of almost leapfrog their own product and make a whole new generation of voice assistants since. And now Samsung apparently has bit.
Do you think Viv will actually help Samsung expand its footprint into artificial intelligence? We know there's already a lot of tech companies that are doing the same.
Yeah, I think Samsung thinks it needs to get in this area. Samsung's a really big hardware player. They make, they sell the most phones, they sell the most TVs, they sell a lot of devices. I think 500 million or something like that every year. But they don't really have a good software platform. They use Android for their phones. They kind of have their own platform for TVs. It's been moderately successful, but the next generation everybody kind of sees, Google even announced a new voice assistant this week called the Google Assistant. Samsung wants to, all the big tech companies kind of see this as the next big thing. Amazon has their own assistant. Apple is pushing forward with Siri. Google has rebranded its assistant. Samsung wants to be in the game with those big players, and from what I've seen about this assistant, it actually looks a lot better than what some of the other big players are doing.
Yeah, an interesting relationship between Samsung and Google. In some ways they're partners, but also competitors.
Yeah, a little bit frenemies.
Yeah, how do you think Viv will impact Samsung users that currently are using the OK Google on their devices?
Well, that is really the big question. So Samsung, I think it's a very tense relationship with Samsung and Google. They're both making a lot of money off this. But Samsung does not want to rely on Google services. It often kind of downplays them on its phones. It kind of wishes it was Google in a way. It wishes that it controlled the operating system of its own phones. And if they can actually deliver on Viv and hold it back until it's ready, and it really is a step above what Google is doing, what Apple is doing, and what other competitors are doing, even Amazon with Alexa, then it could be a huge game changer for Samsung. The creators of Viv actually think that the next big thing, they said this is going to be as important as a web browser or apps. They think this will actually replace apps in a way, these voice assistants. And they're going to have to be a lot more useful before they do that.
The timing of this acquisition is a bit interesting, given that Samsung is dealing with all the, negative PR around its phones, quote unquote, blowing up. But at the same time now saying, we're also trying to tackle that problem, but also venture into AI. How does this timing play out at the end?
Well, it's also very big timing because Google literally just announced that its new voice assistant. Its new voice assistant will not be available on Samsung Galaxy devices, at least for the time being. It's launching its own phone that will compete with the Galaxy phones, and it will, at some point, maybe Google's voice assistant will come to other phones, but they won't have it. The problem with Samsung is they have a motto of relentless innovation, and they've said that on stage and stuff, and as we saw with the Galaxy Note 7, where phones are literally exploding, sometimes moving quickly is not always a good idea. So hopefully they will slow down, and really nail this when they do deliver it.
Because as you point out, I mean, technology is a fast-moving industry, and so even if you're dealing with headwinds, you have, in order to stay relevant, you got to keep churning out new products or buying them, I guess, in Samsung's case. Jeff, we're going to leave the conversation there. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. And all of you for watching, thank you. I'm Seema Modi. Have a great day.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the eye right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.